starting.
All right.
Here we go.
Creole little mama.
Okay, and
We're back.
we'll just have it like that, I guess, so we can see comments. I can pull it up here, too.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
There we go. Give everybody some time.
Time is good.
It says excellent connection, so that's good.
Yep, that's good too.
Rich says, welcome back. Great show again. Jenny Delaney's here. Justin Jallo's here.
Oh, Justin.
Cool.
Hey,
Hey, guys. They're creeping on in the chat here. You've got another sound effects thing there?
Yeah. Tonight's movie was The Incredible Petrified World.
Wiki Bobby's here. Very cool.
They're
And
rolling in. Rolling back.
Starman fan.
There's a Starman.
Starman fan? Is that the name? Starman fan? Hey there, Starman. Ed Burge is here. Cool.
I'm just looking at who's in there.
Very cool.
Who in there? Well, hello there.
All right, well, we'll start this up in a minute.
Yep.
And
Yepper Dapper, Dr. Pepper. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop.
Drake's here. Cool. Bone Jangler is still with us.
The ball. Oh.
All the night owls are
Can't wait for tomorrow night.
creeping back here. Yeah, we'll watch his show tomorrow night.
Of course.
Can I have a little sip of that?
Oh, yeah. It's old style. It's good. It's still, not as skunky
Yeah, that's true.
as PBR.
I haven't had that in a long
Ugh.
time. Yeah, I don't drink much anymore. All right, so J-Mac says, is the ladder in the chat?
The ladder has been
He
put
went to
pasture,
bed.
yeah.
The ladder went to bed. He's good.
It needed to sleep. It's beauty sleep.
Yes, yeah. Tomorrow night I'm showing
Yeah, what's on the agenda
Wild World of Batwoman.
Oh,
Jerry Warren's Wild World of Batwoman.
That's a crazy movie.
That's
man.
a wild movie.
Yeah, that movie is nuts. If you've never seen the Wild World of Batwoman, you might want to watch Bone Jangler's take on it. Mm-hmm. Because he'll fill you in with all the ins and outs of whatever's going on in it. But that movie is crazy.
Kev Thulu says ladder is in the limo.
Now Jerry Warren, isn't that the guy that just did this movie? It's the same guy, right?
Yeah.
The same guy that did our movie tonight.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That makes sense because those
He made some bad movies.
some nutball movies.
And weird movies, yeah.
Well,
I didn't write that title down, but yeah. Teenage Zombies,
Yes.
Terror of the Blood Hunters, Frankenstein Island.
And now Terror of the Blood Hunter sounds familiar. Was that a movie that was never made? It was
I never saw it, so I don't know.
That sounds familiar. I think that was a movie that we brought up before in one of your snack toys, and there's some Lost movie.
That was a different director.
Okay.
That was something else. I know what.
My bad.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but I know it was something else. Because this is the first time we ever hosted the Incredible Petrified World.
But you can't shake. Look, if you try to shake the Bone Jangler, there's just no way to do it. That's pretty funny. I like that. That's a pretty good comeback there, man. That's
all right.
On spot. Spot on, buddy.
So Neil House is here. Mofe Chen's here. All right. Amanda's here.
All right.
So let's
get the show on the road.
Let's get this thing started.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to another fun episode, or we hope it will be anyone. The Mummy and the Monkeys, Harry Scary Hangover. That's right. It's the
after show chat show, don't you know? And I'm Janet Decay.
And I'm Grim Gory.
And we host the Harry Scary Hangout on Friday nights.
Whew.
And this is just a little after chat.
That's right. And now the last show that we just, tonight's, or the last Harry Scary Hangout, episode 251, it was down to the wire. That's why I was a little bit late coming out, because literally we were adding.
We were working on some things at the last minute.
I was done
literally.
at 8:40. okay, and the show starts at 8:45. We still didn't load the show.
And we're scrambling to like load all the video files
boy.
in and like make sure everything was set up right.
So apologies if anybody was like, off of their against, their sort of like,
we were like
rhythm
5
with the
minutes
show.
late.
Yeah, but but we don't have a kind of, system, or we're not part of a thing that we have to be on at a certain time.
Yes, but if we say we're going to be on at a certain time, we should try to be on at a certain time.
But we've never been an hour late or even a half an hour late. If we did, it was because of technical difficulties, which again is something you can't predict. But
hey, it happens.
But
but we're here.
We're like 98% legit, with everything.
We're here,
okay,
and
we're here. And
showing up is
we're here, and we have beer.
A for effort, I guess.
A is for effort. J is for Jack. A is for effort. I thought it would be E. A is for apple.
Like you get an A for effort.
I know, but you know that Applejack song?
Okay.
A is for apple. J is for Jacks. Cinnamon toasty Apple Jacks. I don't know.
All right. So
this nostalgia fever over here.
We're going to talk about burps.
Whatever.
I thought we were going to talk about other things. Are you done burping?
No.
Oh boy.
To be honest, no.
Okay, so we're going to talk about different movies and TV shows that we've watched recently while we were away from you guys. We haven't hosted a Harry Scary Hangover in several weeks, so we wanted to come back, and there's a lot of movies and
a lot of movies, and not everything is probably going to be horror related, and that's okay, right? I mean,
it's like pop culture.
This is a pop culture download,
so, we
right?
did watch Stranger Things before Halloween.
We finished up the 4th season.
Was that season 3 or 4?
4.
4?
Yes, this was season 4.
Are you sure? I thought they did 3 seasons.
It's season 4.
I'll double check later on
Of
Google.
course you don't believe me, but
But anyway, the most current season.
I can see the big number 4 behind the Stranger Things logo.
The most current season
is
the
with,
one
with
that
the Hellfire,
we watched.
With the
Hellfire Club.
With the Hellfire Club. Someone help me. Someone back me up here. This is season 4.
Anyways, let's continue on, and we'll double check that later. With the Hellfire Club. So it's showing them in high school. Yeah. The kids, and they're getting a little bit older. They're trying, like, some of them are in, like, the D&D club they call the Hellfire Club.
Meanwhile, in real life, all these kids are probably, like, 25 years old. But, one's already married to Bon Jovi's son, 11, the girl.
Okay, well, you can get married at 25.
I know, Whitney, I'm just saying. But they're portraying, 16-year-olds.
Well, they're young people portraying high schoolers, and they look young enough to pull it off, so it works.
I said, meanwhile, it's just like, I know this. I'm saying it's just funny.
Oh, I thought you were saying it like it's a bad thing or something.
No, I'm saying, meanwhile, they're not actually 17, but we all know it's Hollywood, But the interesting thing is, too, is like you watch these kids. When they showed flashbacks, like of them from the first season, they looked like little babies.
They
right?
did. They
it's
really,
so
you literally got to see them grow up before your eyes when watching the different seasons.
Puberty kicks in, and everything is like they're all like gorky and funny looking and sounding and everything. But the hormones pushes everything out. But yeah.
But I thought it was a good series. They had like this wacky, like they were all in different parts. So like, 11 was on the West Coast. She was out in California. Then the other kids were still in Indiana, and they had to all meet up. The mom, Winona Ryder, was like in Russia trying to save her boyfriend.
Right. It was all over the place.
It was like a real crazy.
She was trying to save Hellboy. The second Hellboy.
It was a real crazy story.
Out of a hellhole in
Russia.
the
monsters got even stronger. This one guy like got into the upside down.
I love the villain in this new one.
Yeah, the villain was like creepy.
Very cool.
Yeah. But I thought it was pretty decent. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the final season, because that's coming out.
So when you watch Stranger Things, I mean, there's probably a lot of fans, but I think people know it already. But the cool thing is that it's all the stuff in there is homages to things from the 80s.
Yeah, definitely a lot of references to other 1980s movies.
And I don't know if I won't give any spoilers away. I mean, I totally could, because it's funny as you watch this thing. I was calling out all these parallels and all these things of like, that's an homage to this, obviously. I mean, it's fun to watch because, but so the main villain in here, I won't spoil anything, but there is a guest appearance in this season, and the main villain in this attacks you not in your dreams, but in your subconscious. But you
But
see where I'm going with this.
It was a throwback to like the Freddy Krueger thing.
That's a spoiler. I was trying to say that.
Oh, really? Oh, whoops.
I was saying...
That's all I'll say. I'm sorry.
Well,
there's other references they're going to see later.
I said it's this villain doesn't attack you in your dreams, but it attacks you in your subconscious.
Okay.
Without saying anything.
Okay, well, they can figure out the rest.
They don't have to now. I mean, told them. Anyway.
No, there's more stuff in there. I didn't give the whole story away.
It's so layered. I mean, even stuff that's not like spoiler, like the beginning of this first season, everything is D&D. They start out the whole thing with Dungeons and Dragons.
A ton of Dungeons and Dragons references.
And then they come back in this fourth season with they really blow that out with the Hellfire Club. It's and they all they're all like kids that play D&D, and they focus on so they really get into the deep part of the D&D thing.
The show is so unique, says Way by Waves.
This show or Stranger
Things? And then people are saying, Bone Jangler and Justin Jallo, Winona Ryder, they love her.
Oh, yes. I mean,
she's a cutie.
She can do
Everyone
no wrong.
loves Winona Ryder.
She can steal, stuff from a store or steal my heart. Who cares? It's Winona Ryder, for crying out loud.
Oh, come on. That was a long time ago. And
she
didn't hurt anybody.
I said she can get away with anything. I'm fine with Winona.
Another... Let's see. Oh, another song I can't get out of my head is Come On Eileen. They were playing it at the supermarket yesterday.
Okay. What's that got to do with?
I thought that, that was
Stranger Things.
I read it out loud and I...
But they were... So the song...
Were they playing that in the show too?
No, Kate... No, I don't think... No,
the Kate Bush song they kept
Come
playing.
On Eileen. They may have... I don't remember that in Stranger Things, but maybe
people are having a different conversation about music.
Speaking of that song, there's a really funny costume somebody put together that had to do with a name tag and a substance that was pretty funny about Come On Eileen. But anyway, I saw someone did a Halloween costume based on the alliteration of that. Anyway.
Oh, boy. Do you still have the Egyptian bong back there, says KVK?
Of course. We have it somewhere.
It's a vase. It's not a bong, but yeah, it's there somewhere.
It's the Tana Leaf hookah, you don't have that going on?
No. That's not my jam, but
yeah, it's all over the place. It's like different. There's multiple conversations, so
yeah.
Sometimes you have to, focus in on what's direct to our conversation. So, yeah, this show is not unique.
Well, after I read it, I'm like, wait a minute, what does that have to do with the show?
Nothing, because this show is not unique. Okay,
it's okay.
Anyway, so Stranger
Things. I thought it was really good, and
I loved it.
I loved it. I loved all the references and stuff like that.
And it was pretty heavy with the gore and the if you're in the gore, if you're into the practical, mixed with a little CGI too. Mm-hmm. But it was I thought it was good. I mean, it went places I didn't expect it to. It got a little more adult and and I think heavy.
Yeah,
it's not for kids.
Well, and there's one kid who has to prove he's innocent because they were suspecting him of something, and that's all I'll say.
His name was OJ, and that's all.
Oh, stop it. Okay, so Stranger Things, it was pretty good. I can't wait for the season finale.
Yes, which will be
the series finale.
Season 4 or season 5, we don't know.
I'll look it up later.
It'll be season 5.
I'll look it up later.
I guarantee it.
I don't know. I'll look it up later.
Well, the first season they fought the Demogorgon.
I'm looking it up now because you're driving me crazy.
Do it. You have this little oblong black thing that can connect to the whole planet, information-wise. So use it. Nobody, I can't believe no one chimed into the chat and said
there might have been in there, but
I didn't see season 4.
Okay, there are 4 seasons. I just don't remember 4 seasons. We watched them all. Oh, stop it!
Nothing. I'm just
stop it.
I remember the
stop gloating.
I'm not gloating.
Okay. So anyway, what else did we watch?
I'm a monkey, not a goat.
What else did we watch?
Oh my gosh! So we watched. At least I did all the Phantasm movies. We started out around Halloween.
I watched most of the Phantasms here. So we started
5 installments.
We started like early October. Watching the Phantasm
and there
series.
are 5 of them.
There's 5 of them.
Okay, we agree with that.
Yes, I agree. There are 5 of them.
All right. Yeah.
And Phantasm 1
is the best.
Phantasm 3 are really good.
Yeah.
Phantasm 4 and 5 blow.
Phantasm 2 was definitely one of those.
They suck and blow. I'm sorry. I love a lot of the characters from the series. Reggie Bannister is amazing. Yeah. I just did not like 4 and 5 as much as 1 and 3.
Yeah. And
So that's my own opinion.
so if you put if Phantasm was a complete album, right, and all 5 tracks were a part of an album,
yeah,
2 is definitely filler. It's a nothing movie, right? It's kind of like and they kind of like just rehash everything. It's okay, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
3 is fun because they introduce some wacky characters. It feels like an 80s like ensemble movie.
Oh yeah.
Where they kind of introduce.
I think it's from the 90s though. Phantasm 3, wasn't that in the 90s?
No.
Let me check that one.
That might have been early 90s.
What year did Phantasm 3 come out?
I think 2 came out in 88 and 3 came out in 91.
1994.
94?
Yes, I told you, 90s.
But it had those feels of those ensemble movies from the late 80s at least or whatever.
Yeah.
But because the second one, so the first one came out in 79.
Yes.
And then that second one didn't come out till like 88.
Until like the late
like 10 years later.
Yeah, it came out almost 10 years later.
And then they started, but they were all of them were far apart. But the last movie, Phantasm 5, Ravager, right? Yeah, Oblivion was 4.
That was the last one.
Ravager was 5. So that one I liked. That's the one you fell asleep on.
There were some parts in it I liked, but the story was kind of.
Well, the one kid that plays Mikey, and the kid, that grew up, and okay. So here's the bad thing about go back to Phantasm 2.
Okay.
The problem with Phantasm 2 is Reggie Bannister and the tall man are the only original cast members.
Yeah, the other kid, what was his name?
Mikey, but
yes, they had another actor replace him.
Didn't look anything like him,
and he looked nothing like.
Bad casting.
Yeah, it kind of took me. It throws you off because you're like, that looks nothing like that other kid.
I would like to do some research.
But they were saying that was him.
I would do some research and see what happened because I bet you there was a lot of because there is a Phantasm convention that goes around.
Yeah,
and it's all the Phantasm related people, probably the people that worked on it.
I'm gonna check out some comments here.
But a lot of hi to everybody things. I don't think it's any good. I don't know. But anyway, so but then something happened where they figured out we should have some of the original people, the original Jody actor, the original Mike actor, and they came back from 3 on. There was all the people that were in the original first movie, and I thought 5 was good. I hear the guy. I'm sorry, I don't know the actors' names, but the kid Mikey, the actor's name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name offhand.
He was quoted on saying or something about that 5 is the thinking man's Phantasm. And I get it because when I watched it, they did make a lot of references to like multiple universes and maybe some of those like universes like kind of skim each other. So even though 5 was like maybe Reggie having flashbacks or maybe thinks he's hallucinating.
Wasn't it supposed to be like a dream he had or something?
But by
like
definition,
they went back to that, and then he's like he's in a nursing home in the 5th one.
Yeah, but by definition, a phantasm is that. It's like the experiencing something bizarre, right?
I guess so.
That's what that means. So, but that doesn't mean that maybe that this Earth's Reggie is experiencing another version of himself, and it seems like a dream to him, but it's in reality, it's a reality to another version of him in another universe. That's what they were trying to. That's the
Joseph
sci-fi.
Lawrence says he did not see Phantasm 5.
Oh, check it out. It's really sci-fi.
Ricky Bobby Sonia says Phantasm is our Wizard of Oz. Watch it once a year around Halloween.
It's awesome. The first one's so good.
And Comic Book Man says I've been meaning to check out the Phantasm sequels. I love the original.
Yeah, but that's what everybody loves about the first Phantasm. It's not a straight up horror movie.
Sears James says Reggie is the heart and soul of Phantasm.
100%.
Yes.
And they realized that I think with the French fries, and that's why they made him the focus on the last one. But if you watch it and watch past the credits, there's stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's all I'll say without ruining anything.
Okay.
Good thing you didn't see it, so you can't ruin it.
Well, I didn't watch all of it, no. Bone Jangler says if Phantasm was an amusement park ride, you'd have to be this high to properly enjoy 4 and 5.
Absolutely. That's a dwarf reference. I get it, yeah. So good.
John says, I just saw Phantasm for the first time. They didn't explain anything.
Yes, Aliens. They did. No, they did. See,
yes and no. They sort of explain things, but they don't. It's not that cut and dry. Like they hint that it could be another dimension or another planet, or maybe it was just all a dream. So then they leave you kind of wondering, like it could be any of those things.
But before Freddy Krueger, the Wes Craven, the first Freddy Krueger movie where it ends and it wasn't a dream, and then he grabs the mother through that little door hole. Remember that? Mm-hmm. That's a funny scene. But they kind of do that with boy, and he grabs him through the mirror. You know, it makes you wonder what was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They never. They kind of leave a lot to your own interpretation.
We watched it.
And it's a very action. They're very action packed movies. Yeah. There's a ton of action and fight scenes and blood and gore.
Yes, but by what standards?
On top of the weird trippy stuff.
But now it depends on. You know,
it's like science fiction mixed with horror. It's like such a unique.
It was
that first one was so unique,
right?
Because it was like no one has ever saw anything like that.
I was a 10-year-old. It was
just so bizarre.
That was my first rated R movie.
Really?
Yes, my mom brought me to it.
Your mom took you to see that?
I remember exactly. Oh, and she was. Well, it opens up with a woman's breasts dangling over a guy, and he's like making whoopee. In a cemetery, right?
Are you from the 1920s?
Yeah, I'm doing my Bob Eubanks.
You're using this old terminology.
You're making whoopee.
Whoopee!
Well, you're looking at me like I shouldn't say anything at all. But that
starts out having relations.
It starts out with a sex scene in a graveyard, in a cemetery. And my mother is just beside herself like, oh my God. Like, what is it? But there I am, and that's my first, pair of screen boot, tatas I saw.
It's funny.
Kachongas, and it was crazy, and I remember the tingle and everything,
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, but
a little TMI, Grim.
Yeah.
A little TMI.
A little TMI about a little TNA. But hey, that's what it is. But no, but those kind of but that whole thing, with the insanguinator balls, the silver balls that fly around, and even up to the fifth one, they don't explain exactly what the motive is. It's just that's what they do.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Drake says, Phantasm starts out real life, then when Mike falls asleep, the movie in his dream, and then
maybe
toward the end, it's real life again. That's why Reggie tells Mike it was just a dream.
There are people.
Oh, okay.
There are writers out there that write movies and books and everything that they actually understand the human condition, and like David Chase is one of the best examples of this with The Sopranos. There would be episodes of The Sopranos where they would, it was amazingly written. It was done on purpose. They would sometimes like start something and you're building up to some sort of thing, and then it would just never turn into anything. How many times in our lives, has it happened? It happens. Like there'd be like this build up to something, and then it just falls flat. So as a creative writer, okay. Sometimes it's interesting in movies or a TV series or whatever to do something where, on purpose now. It's not like they just stumbled into it and didn't know they did that. But some writers actually will create things and then let them go nowhere to sort of emulate what happens in real life. And then the fans
get really frustrated.
But they're not understanding the genius of what they just saw.
I don't know. I think other people would have a different opinion.
But if every story was written with the beginning and middle end with the fruition, then that's the same thing.
A lot of fans get so caught up in it, and they love the characters so much, they want to see what happens next.
And that's fine.
They're hoping something goes down. They're hoping something happens.
Any actual real good writer will control your mind.
But you're not a professional writer.
But I read.
Yes, but
and I'm
that's
a fan.
Your opinion on
it doesn't. I don't have. But I could be a professional consumer of these things.
Yes.
And that's what I'm telling you.
That's one opinion of it. Other people might say,
but I'm telling you,
I don't like that.
But I'm telling you, the whole beauty of The Sopranos is that some things, you saw everything happen from beginning to end, and then some of the things just kind of fell flat because David Chase was trying to emulate life. A lot of writers will go, well, if they don't know what happens, then it doesn't make sense. Yes, but that's what life is sometimes.
Okay,
he did that purposefully.
But do the fans want to always see that?
Who cares? Well, but then
they
want to
see stuff happening.
Only the fans of the writer will understand it. Stephen King has lots of fans because of his writing style. A lot of writers have styles, just like artists have styles.
I get it, but...
And some of the styles sometimes is not explaining everything.
There are some shows and some movies where you hoped to see a little more with the characters and see them doing more and
there's
more
a lot of
stuff
times
happening
in life
where sometimes you're watching something and you're like, oh, well...
Yeah. And there's
ending sucked.
And there's a lot of times when you're at your job, let's say, for example.
Yeah,
and
but
then
you watch those things to escape life.
Time out.
You know?
You don't need not let me finish my thought. I'm saying there's a lot of times, like, for example, like, I work this job. It's been 5 years. Where's my bonus? Doesn't come. That's what they try to do in different scenarios with these
there's
stories.
a ton of comments, so let me look through them a minute.
I'm going different level with this stuff. But Phantasm, I recommend it.
Grim just described the entire series of Lost, says Mofei Chen.
I liked Lost. A lot of people didn't like it.
I never saw it, so don't tell me anything.
I'm not. All I'll say is
I have not seen that.
But I won't tell you anything about it. But here's a show that I know all about this show. I saw every episode. Here's what this show suffered from.
Okay, there's more comments, so keep it a little,
This show suffered from popularity. It wasn't supposed to go that long. J.J. Abrams, one of the creators of the show, it was very religious and philosophical and had a lot of stuff going on with it.
Okay.
It was amazing. The first couple seasons were great. The networks go, hey, we're making hand over fist and money in this. Can you make it a longer show? They were like, that's why J.J. Abrams left the show. Because he was like, you guys are getting too greedy. But... So there's a couple, at least one definite season.
So they
season 5
ran it longer than what they wanted to.
There was a season that had nothing to do with the main characters. It was really gross. But because the studios wanted to extend it a few more seasons, they sucked the life out of it. And
so then it wasn't as good.
It wasn't, but I thought the way it ended was great. It was what I wanted to see. I thought something totally different. But that's what was great about it. It made you think, this show.
I never saw it.
I was on the message boards and everything, and people had all these crazy theories and putting, all these things together.
Oh, message boards, back before social media.
But on the internet. But there were a lot of like weird things in this show. It was a really well thought out show. I still like it. I know a lot of people were disappointed with the ending, but I loved it. Just saying.
Okay, let me go back to comments here. Not all of them were loading, so I had to reload this.
I'm a chatterbox.
I recently watched a new indie dark comedy Juggalo Buddy film called Off Ramp by Nathan Tape. It has a wild ending. I highly recommend it, says Justin Jalo.
Okay. Write that one down.
Mofei Chen says a lot of people liked it until the last season.
Which one? It's Lost? Because, you know what? I'll tell you what. This might...
What? Don't give anything away.
I won't.
I'll probably watch it one day.
I think I have all the seasons on DVD, so...
I like these movies on this channel, says Jay.
Good.
Oh, where nothing happens in the movie? I think that's what he meant. What we were talking about earlier.
Like the incredible petrified world.
Yeah, exactly.
I could show you worse.
Janet, did you have a favorite nightmare movie? Mine are Dream Master and Dream Child. Oh, like Nightmare on Elm Street?
Dream Master?
Dream Master
Dream Warriors?
and Dream Child.
I don't know Dream Master.
Dream Master?
There's like 5 or 6 of them, right? I have them. I just found the VHS copy.
I don't remember all the names.
I've got all the Freddy movies on VHS.
So I back in the day, like I saw a bunch of them.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Back in the Blockbuster Hollywood video days.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen much of them since.
I would love to revisit
kind
those.
of like Phantasm, where I saw them in the early 2000s.
Do you remember Nightmare 2?
A little bit, yeah.
Ooh. That movie is horrible.
It's not as good as the first one, but that's how sequels are usually.
Oh, somehow they went from the greatness of the first movie to whatever the hell that second one was.
So I need to revisit Nightmare on Elm Street because I haven't seen those in 20 years.
That's our Christmas, I think,
Yeah, there you go.
I would love to watch it. I just found them all on VHS.
Rewatch all the Freddy movies. Kind of like we revisited Phantasm after
Halloween.
20 years.
But why stop there?
Yeah. Because I remembered bits and pieces, but I'm like, let's rewatch this again. I don't remember everything.
Oh, Phantasm's so good.
Yeah. Freddy's the best, says Comic Book Man.
Yeah. So you should watch...
Dreamscape, the first movie to be rated PG-13.
That's a good movie, too.
Nightmare...
Dreamscape.
Dreamscape.
Yeah.
Yes, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jennifer Delaney.
Yeah, that whole run was interesting. I remember Dream Warriors. I love that movie. That's my favorite Freddy movie, besides the first one. But.
And Justin Jalo says, Don Coscarelli says that the Phantasm is heavily influenced by Argento's style.
Yeah, it's like
I could see that, because, it's really, like, artsy and weird. And done some of the.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's supposed to be that way, you know. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
all of them end on really interesting cliffhangers too, which I liked about it. Because the crazy thing is, I don't think they ever planned to have like a movie come out the next year. It was like 10 years. Each movie is like 10 years apart. Like, you know, production wise,
where some time has passed. Yeah.
Well, it didn't have to be that way, but then they have to explain in the movie why you have gray hair, because I've been trapped in this thing. Whatever. But it was only because they probably couldn't get the money to make the movie the next year or two. Yeah, I don't know.
They were able to figure it out.
They did ultimately, but those movies are like at least 10 to 5 years apart.
They are.
Crazy. But I thought it was good. I loved the last one.
So we also saw an Arnold movie recently. What was the name of that?
You mean that Aardvark?
What was it?
The Aardvark on PBS, Arnold?
No.
Oh, Schwarzenegger.
Yes, that Arnold.
You haven't, because you
so
never
we
saw...
watched it on, what was it, on Tubi?
Amazon, I think, Prime.
I think it was on Tubi.
What, no.
The movie that was from the 80s. What was the name of that one? We saw just like a few days ago.
Commando.
Commando.
And it wasn't him not wearing underwear. It was...
Did he? Yeah.
It was it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
If we went Commando, we didn't get to see that.
It's Alyssa Milano as his daughter. And Arnold was the loving father. Come here.
It was so cheesy.
It was
I loved it.
Ray Don Chong is the love interest. I love that movie.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Dreamscape has that guy Sully.
That's Chong's daughter?
That's Tommy Chong's daughter.
Tommy
from
Chong's daughter. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Ray Don Chong. Yeah, she's the hottie in that movie. Mm-hmm. And I love that movie. I saw that. I remember I watched that multiple times in the movie theater. It's so wacky and so it's Arnold cheese to the 80s cheese. More than Predator's a good movie.
Yeah.
But this movie was so weird.
Oh, Predator was amazing, but yeah, this movie, it was just a cheesy action movie. It was just fun to watch, like a popcorn kind of movie.
Oh my God, it's a popcorn movie.
Totally.
Cheesy popcorn.
You can't take it seriously. Oh. It's just fun to watch, you know.
It's so good. It's got like very, typecast villains. The main guy, I forget who the guy who plays, but he's the guy from the Road Warrior. Who played the guy with the feathers and the makeup under his eyes. He fought Mel Gibson in the first Road Warrior movie, or Mad Max, I should say.
Mad Max.
I forgot that fella's name, but I've seen him at conventions all the time. But his character is, you see Arnold, he is like at the peak Arnoldness. He's like freaking just bulging, glistening muscle guy, right?
Yes.
And they show
Arnold in his prime.
Yeah. It starts out with him walking down the mountainside carrying a freaking redwood, and he's like got just a tank top on and and camo.
He's supposed to be like
a retired
He's supposed to be like a retired ex-military.
He's a SEAL.
And then he's like in hiding, kind of living out in the wilderness with his daughter.
But he's walking on the
starting a new life.
But he's walking down the mountain carrying a cut down redwood tree, and he's like bulging. But the villain, the bad guy, he's got like arms like
noodles.
Al dente noodles, and he's got this black leather pants, a black.
He's kind of dressed like Freddie Mercury a little bit.
He looks like Freddie Mercury.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. But it's funny. But he's got the big mustache. I forget Victor something. I get his guy's real name. But cool guy.
The big 80s mustache.
He's a really cool dude in real life. I think he's an Australian dude. And but he's got like this black tank top on. But over it looks like it's crochet. I think it's supposed to be chainmail. But it looks like gray crocheted.
It looks like it's crocheted.
Like over the black tank top, there's a gray crocheted tank top. Hello, John.
Like their grandma knitted it or something.
I'm gonna have fun gutting you, John. It's like, you ain't gonna... This guy could just, like, smash your...
But I guess that guy is supposed to be, like, the bad guy, and they were in the army together, or mercenaries or whatever back in the day.
Special ops.
And he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's got, like, a grudge. He wants to come back and do harm.
But the fight at the end...
They kidnap the daughter, so Arnold has to go get his daughter.
Yeah, of course.
And there's all this, like, he only has so many hours to go and rescue her.
I have 11 hours to get to my daughter.
Because they wanted him to go and do this mission that he didn't want to do. And he goes, they're going to kill us if I
it's so good.
If I comply or don't. Like, no, he was saying, like, no matter what, they're going to try to kill him and his daughter. I'm sure
everyone out there's seen Commando, but if you haven't seen Commando...
And I never saw it before, but you were like, "Oh, you got to see this. It's cheesy."
Yeah,
because we were looking for like a cheesy action movie. And
it rolls right in a Raw Deal after that, which was not a really good.
We tried watching that a little bit, and I'm like, "This is boring."
But the other Arnold movie,
I turned it off.
Arnold movie you need to see that I haven't seen it forever, but I'd love to see it again is True Lies with Jamie Lee Curtis and Tom Arnold.
Yeah, I need to see that.
It's a very good movie.
I've heard it's very good. I just have never seen it.
You actually like Tom Arnold in somehow. I don't know.
And everyone loves Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, who does? Oh, boy, where do you see her in this? Holy mackerel. Hoofa. Shoo. Hooga. Hooga. Seriously, it's like, everyone knows, right? The True Lies scene, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway,
the bad guy from The Road Warrior, he has mohawk.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good, Victor, I think his real name is Victor something. So.
Grim, I agree with you on Nightmare 2, Freddy's Revenge, says Jenny.
It's hard. It's so, oh my God, it's so bad.
Ricky Bobby
so
Sonia
bad.
liked Raw Deal. See, I tried to watch it and I wasn't as interested.
It wasn't as...
To me, it wasn't as captivating.
It wasn't as corny. I think it's a little more serious.
It was too serious. Yeah. I wanted more corny.
But but see, that's the brilliance of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Somehow
he can pull off serious roles, but then
he's been here. Hello, I'm a Canadian now. You know, he's like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
You know, he's like this, like, you can't miss the... He can't just blend... Even if you didn't know he was, you know, Austrian.
He just had that charisma, I guess.
Yes. Whatever I want to do.
He was such a larger-than-life character.
Yes.
It worked out for him.
This is a man... Yeah. This is a human being, I should just say, in general, that has hyper-focus on things. He knew exactly... He wanted to be a bodybuilder. He killed it as a bodybuilder. I'm going to be an actor. People are laughing at him. I'm pretty sure his life story was that, and he just said, "Watch this," and he would just do it.
Probably.
I'm going to be the governor of California. Okay, sure.
The governor.
He did it.
Jennifer Delaney says, "I love True Lies. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton."
Oh, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton, a great actor in so many iconic movies. I love Bill Paxton. He's actually the guy who directed Roly Poly Fish Heads video. Does anyone know that? That's a really.
I know the song. I don't know the video.
Roly Poly Fish Hands.
Yeah, I know the song. I never
SNL
knew there was a video to go with it.
Bill Paxton has something to do with it.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So another movie we watched that's a horror film. Going back to the horror film genre, is Candyman. The newest one.
The Jordan
Peele version of Candyman. I was skeptical at first.
We were about to turn it off.
Because it took almost halfway through where I'm like, okay, how does this tie in together? Right. What are they going to do with this to make it make sense?
If it wasn't a reimagining, it's got to go off. It's no good.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, how is this? No, it was like...
It wasn't a reimagining.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool how they explained everything.
You know what he did, though, to be honest with you? I love Jordan Peele, but what he did in this movie, he did a J.J. Abrams with Star Trek. He didn't rewrite it.
No.
He just took it and he didn't make it different. He made it different in a different way. It's still in the same timeline.
But it's in a good way, and it's still
the same Candyman universe. Whereas what J.J. Abrams did with Star Trek, he took it to a point, he goes, well, at this point, my universe splits off this way, and all the Kirk and Spock stuff still exists, but it goes that way. The ones you know, but they kind of did it with Candyman.
He made it make sense, and I thought it was
super gory too.
It was really gory, really brutal.
I mean, maybe not Terrifier gory, but it's
but I liked that it was gore with a good story and good character development, and I really enjoyed it. At first, I'm watching this, and maybe
halfway through, we're about to tap out.
Almost halfway through, I'm like, what are they going to do with this? I don't know.
Because you remember the original Candyman, you're like, this movie was messed up. You know, Sabrina Green, but it all. They
tied it all together, so it was really good. I really enjoyed the new Candyman.
The ending's pretty powerful too, but
because a lot of that probably happens in real life. Well, unfortunately, it has and it does.
Well, but again, Peele does his allegorical stuff, just like he did with Get Out and with Us. Is that the movie he did? Yeah, Us, right? Mm-hmm. Not them, Us.
Get Out and Us.
Us, yeah. And all of it's sort of allegorical to...
He's made other stuff, like Nope, I haven't seen yet.
We have it. We have 2 copies of it.
Really?
We have not watched it.
We haven't seen it.
But, it's good. It's very, it's a little messagey, but it's done in a way that makes sense.
But it makes sense, and it's true. I mean, some of this is true.
Yeah, it's based on...
Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that.
It's good. But we recommend the Candyman. It's not even a reimagining. It's a continuation. Mm-hmm. It is not a reimagining.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
And then Justin Jallo liked it. He says the new Candyman is a worthy sequel.
Yeah,
Ricky Bobby Sonia says Virginia Madsen was awesome as Candyman. And
Virginia Madsen.
Madsen?
That's a woman, isn't it?
Virginia Madsen.
What did we miss?
Is that the actress towards the end?
Maybe.
I have to look up the actors to check that reference.
I don't know. I thought there was someone else. I don't know.
And then, let's see.
Oh, what?
I'm checking out the
First
other
black
comments
director
here.
and female for a Candyman movie. Oh.
Yeah, first female.
Huh.
Yeah, because technically towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Guess so. Now, I've been digging...
Hack Editor says you're going commando right now.
Am I?
No.
I zipped up. I'm good. There's no hairy, scary hangout here.
Oh, gosh.
Depends what you're into. So, veering off the total horror path, I just finished up a series and you could not stand it, but I loved it. It's a show called Billions.
Oh, I hate it.
With Paul Giamatti.
Because a lot of that happens in real life too much.
Well, it's about stock.
It was too
day traders, like stock guys, that buy and sell these kind of big companies.
So people I can never relate to.
But the great thing about I love the writing on this show. That's what I hyper focused on. There's so many music, movie references that these characters cannot exist in real life. There's nobody that's knowledgeable about references. It kind of reminds you of that Dream On show from HBO from way back.
Never saw that.
Everybody just beats on if they'll make they'll be talking in a conversation and bring up some kind of saying or a comparison to a blues song or a movie or this or that. But I love it because it's written that way on purpose,
Okay.
And it's impressive that way. But I just finished in the final season. I guess was this sometime this year. I finished it up and I loved it. I love Paul Giamatti. He's a great actor. I loved him since the Howard Stern movie, the Private Parts movie.
That's a good movie.
Where he played the program manager that hated Howard. But Paul's done a lot of cool stuff. He's like kind of a Steve Buscemi in a way. He's like this. Kind of quirky character actor, but man, can he deliver the goods. He's really good into that voice and everything. I don't know, I just love him. But I like Billions. So if you never saw Billions, give it a chance. It's not a bad show. It's not what you think it is. If you followed it, it's really good.
I could not. I just couldn't.
It's.
I'm like, I can't like this at all.
You can though.
That's just me though.
I don't even know. I think I watched it because I heard good stuff about it, and I was like, I thought the same thing. I'm like, how am I gonna relate to these kind of people? It's so good. It's just so.
If you say so.
Backstabby and connivey, and I love that kind of stuff. The way the writing is what I like. That. But the writing's good. Okay. Somebody wrote this.
Well, that's great.
It's done really well. But
okay.
Billions, go watch it. What else did we watch? Oh God.
Trying to remember what other shows and movies we saw.
So many.
And then I'm checking out some comments. I'm probably gonna. I think we should wrap this up pretty soon.
We're already at midnight.
With you guys. Yeah. Oh, Justin Jallo. I recommend Cobra starring Stallone.
Oh, we love that movie. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
See, I like all that 80s. Cobra's a great movie.
There's a lot of good cheesy Stallone movies out there.
Yeah, well, Tequila Sunrise.
What's the one where he's supposed to arm wrestle? He's like a truck driver.
Over the Top.
Over the Top.
Yes.
That one's really cheesy.
Don't test me. I know my stuff.
He has to arm wrestle his way to win something.
There was just a meme that said we don't need a trucker movie that shows the people arm wrestling, and then it shows that. Yes we do.
Yes we do.
It's called Over the Top.
The Top.
But he also did he was in a movie with Dolly Parton, wasn't he?
Stallone?
Was it Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, or was that Burt Reynolds?
Probably Burt Reynolds.
But he was in a comedy. Throw Mama from the Train, right? That's one of his.
Stallone or Burt? Her Dolly?
No, Stallone. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot You. That's the name of the movie he was in. But what's that movie Stallone was in where he was like a mob guy? It was like he was trying to do a comedy. It was really bad.
Stallone movies. Let's see.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot is Rhinestone. That's the one.
Yeah, Rhinestone?
Yes.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yes, there is. I'm sorry. It was not Best Little Whorehouse. It was Rhinestone.
Yeah, that's completely different.
But still, it's country though. It has the genre is there. Best Little Whorehouse in Texas is a comedy.
Copland was good, says Joseph.
Copland's
Lawrence.
a great movie. I did see that one. Because Siskel and
Tango
Ebert
and Cash was good, says
Yeah, we got that one. We saw that. Tequila. Is Tequila... that's Mel Gibson and Kurt Russell. Sorry.
Howard Stern interviewed the Ghoul on air when he was in Detroit.
Yes, I've heard editor. That. I have
really?
that. Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Ron Sweet. Oh,
that would be cool to hear.
Yeah. I have that somewhere.
That's cool.
That's probably on YouTube.
So bad it's great. He cuts up pizza with a pair of scissors for no apparent reason, and it's a Christmas movie.
What?
Says Justin Jallow.
What movie?
Was that? I don't know. Was that Copland?
No, it was Copland.
I'm not sure what movie that was.
Yeah, I'm more of a Seagal fan, but you know.
Oh, Seagal's really big.
Oh my God!
There's a couple of them where the movie it's cheesy and fun to watch, but then like the newer ones
they're really bad. They're so
really
funny.
They're really hard to watch.
Because we talk now.
That's like your thing. You like watching them because they're bad.
But the first couple of Seagal movies, like Above the Law, and you know, all those, they were really good. But they're good in the 80s. They're like late 80s movies, you know, when they still had that good soundtrack and crazy, but he could never be hurt. That's what's great. He's like Chuck Norris almost in that way.
I think Chuck Norris is way cooler.
Track Down.
If I had to watch Chuck Norris or Seagal, I would choose Chuck Norris, I think.
What was that? What was Bone Jangler? He really knocked it out of the park one time with the recommendation. Was it Tropic Thunder? What was the name of it? It wasn't Tropic Thunder.
It wasn't Tropic Thunder.
No.
It was something else.
That was Blackjack movie. But it's Tommy Lee Jones.
It was about a Vietnam veteran or something. He recommended a movie and it ended up being really good.
William Devane. I know. I can't think of the name right off the bat, but Bones knows. But boy, Something Thunder. Very good movie. Totally remind me of one of my favorite movies of all time, written by Quentin Tarantino, True Romance.
That's a great movie.
What was
Oh, that's in Cobra, says Unknown Zero.
Cobra? Oh, with Cutting with the Pizza?
Love Tropic Thunder, says Sears
The
James.
Tropic Thunder was Jack Black. That was that other movie, right? Yeah. The other God, I can't think of the name of that movie with the thunder. Rolling Thunder.
KVK Music says Chuck Norris died yesterday, but don't worry, he's okay now.
He's all right. Yeah, Rolling Thunder.
Oh, Cobra, Justin Shallow says, where he's cutting the pizza with scissors.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember that scene, but
I remember. I saw Cobra once, but again, it was a long time ago.
No, we watched it here not that long
Cobra?
ago. Yeah.
No.
We pulled it up. Absolutely, we did.
I don't remember that.
We saw it several years ago.
I would have remembered that. Because I don't.
Seagal's funny. I mean, it's like a goof watch. You watch Seagal just to goof on.
Joseph says I don't care for Seagal that much.
I like the guy, but I just think
it's pretty bad.
I think the seriousness of the movies.
There's stuff that's so bad and cheesy that it's really there's like good bad and then there's bad. And
right. He's bad.
Yeah, sometimes.
He's good bad, and it's fun because I don't take it seriously. But but Rolling Thunder, a great movie that I never heard of before. But when I watched it, and then I heard all the things that Tarantino was inspired by this and many other movies. But it's very true romancy. It's like these guys that are against these crazy odds go into the heart of madness, and it's such a good movie. It's really, really good. About a Vietnam vet. It's really good.
The only one of his movies I really like is Under Siege, but that is because it is on a battleship.
It had nothing to do with Erica Eleniak, did it?
I ran a 35mm print of Rolling Thunder for my film series. It's filmed down in San Antonio, says Justin. Cool.
It's a freaking phenomenal movie. Like, oh my God.
And then Captain Joint says Tony Todd in The Changed is a pretty good sci-fi film.
Rest in peace, Tony Todd.
Rest in peace, Tony Todd.
Yeah.
I've got his autograph somewhere.
The original Candyman.
Yeah, he was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died too soon. Way too soon.
But he has a legacy, which is good. I mean, he'll always be Candyman. I mean, that's the guy you'll see. Whoever plays the Candyman, I remember that dude. But it'll always be Tony Todd. I mean, period. Yeah. It's like, Robert Englund. Think of the Freddy Krueger rehashes. They should just stop trying to redo that one.
Well, they had different people play Jason and
it's wearing
Michael
a mask.
Myers and
Jason doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
No offense, Jason actor.
Well,
but it's like Boba Fett. You just walk around with a gun and you don't do anything.
Well, he's doing Jason things.
Jason goes like this. And like this. And like this.
Well, he's doing Jason things.
He's not Freddy Krueger. Okay. I'm going to get you, B-word.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger's too
Come
very
on,
cool.
that's a character.
Yeah,
No
Robert
offense,
Englund
no
is
offense
amazing.
to anybody who played Jason.
Well, some people like Jason more, some people like Freddy more, and it sounds like you like Freddy more, and that's okay.
Freddy has a little more character.
I like Freddy.
Freddy gonna get you in your dream. How can you beat that guy?
That's...
He's in your dreams.
Yeah.
Even Jason has to take a nap, right?
You hope so.
That movie sucked. Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, that was disappointing. I saw that in the theater.
Me too.
Years and years ago.
And I didn't. And that's the last time I saw it. I don't think I saw it again.
I don't think I've seen it since.
Jason X is a fun movie, but. You know.
Oh, the one in space.
Yeah, it's
oh,
fun.
that's really
it's a
fun.
Great idea.
It's so bad. I love it. All right, guys. Well, I think
on that note,
that wraps about that about wraps.
That wraps
everything.
about it up.
That wraps about it up. Mummy humor. Okay, that's a wrap. So thank you guys for tuning in and chatting with us. I need some beauty rest in my sarcophagus here, and I'm a tired little ghoul.
Pig with Nicolas Cage is good. Another Nicolas Cage movie that I love, but it's messed up, is Mandy. Oh my God, that movie. Oofa.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage is all right.
Oofa.
I don't not like him.
I love Nick.
I think he's a good actor.
I
think he's underrated. And
no, he's not. He's good.
No? Okay.
People know.
But there was this thing on the internet a couple years ago of people making fun of him, and I think he's all right. I don't think he was bad.
He's fringe that way, but I think ultimately, if you could hang out with him or work with him, people would do it.
Anyways, all right. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. I'm tired. I'm out of here. If you want to hang out and chat, Grim, go for it.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, Mandy is brutal. Good night.